What's up, YouTube? This is Big Fish here. I'm going to be doing another reaction video. But before we get to that, I had some disagreements in the comment sections, and I'm all here for disagreements. We don't live in an echo chamber. We want people to be able to say whatever they want, and I do not delete comments. I like to see that stuff. I liked, left a heart to show I recognize, and I want to get to those points now. So there was 3 points I want to get to. Civil rights. Transgender people have civil rights. They have all the same rights we have. Maybe even more. And there was a second one. Somebody said that transgender teens, they kill themselves, commit suicide more often. That should be another reason we should get rid of hormones, because they realize they made the wrong decision and cannot convert back. So to lessen the death rates, maybe we should get rid of hormones and move up being able to transition to 18 or 21. Maybe that's a good plan. And then the third thing is what I'm about to talk about right now. House passes bill to ban transgender student athletes from women's sports. It has been passed yet to ban them, but it's been moved up to Senate. So the Senate right now, we're trying to wait for their approval to see if it's a yes or no on transgender women playing with other real women. I'm going to give you a little talking point right here. The House passed legislation Tuesday that would ban transgender athletes from participating in women's and girls' sports at schools and institutions receiving federal funds. The bill, which would also amend federal laws to say that sex shall be recognized based solely on a person's reproductive biology and genetics at birth, was approved largely along party lines in a 218 to 206 vote. And there was only two Democrats that want to say yay that transgender women should play in women's sports. Only two. Isn't that weird to you, Democrats, liberals? Wouldn't you have your whole party saying yay? So it's just not my sentiment. It's the whole United States. I want you to know Trump won the popular vote and he won the electoral vote. Okay? I just want to get that quick info out before we start the video. Today, the ladies of the View. We're going to be talking about Michelle Obama skipping Trump's inauguration. Let's begin.
The guest list is set for Trump's inauguration on Monday. Can't wait. Not Trump's favorite billionaires, are sure to be in attendance, but one VIP who's skipping the event is former First Lady Michelle Obama. Michelle's rep issued a statement.
While they're clapping, it's a slap to the face to Obama. A slap in the face that she didn't come. You're supposed to stand behind your man, through thick and thin, through sad and happy. She's supposed to be there. And she said, nah, I'm not going to come. You can go by yourself. Everybody else lady was there. This is what I'm talking about in the black community. We're divided. Hell, her and Obama up there screaming. Actually, nah, it was just her screaming. You can go behind your man's back and vote the way you want to. Really now? Oh, really now? But now Obama's over there saying to black man, y'all must hate black women. We don't hate black women, but we want you to follow our lead. You want masculine men, don't you? So follow our lead. There's too many feminine men out here being raised by single mothers. I was raised by a single mother. I've been in jail. Granted, it was only for a day. But I've grown up to become a nice example. Not a shining example, a nice example. I want to be an example for young black men to know that you don't have to be out here doing crime. That although you were raised by a single mother, you can show the difference between the ones that want to be baby children out here on the streets, banging, ganging, the YNs, the young niggas as they call themselves. You don't have to be that. We could be outstanding men who can make a positive change on our environment, of our community. Let's continue.
Michelle's rep issued a statement confirming that the former president will attend, but not the First Lady. Is she right or wrong?
Yes, Lord, she is
Wrong.
so right. She is so right. She gave us that when they go low, we must go high.
She changed that one.
And I think she's changed her tune. I
Yeah.
think when they go low, you have to meet that energy and perhaps go even lower, become small like an ant and go to the earth's crust. And what I will say is,
Not cross funny.
yeah. Well, what I will say is, she said that she did not enjoy Trump's 2017 inauguration because there was no diversity, there was no color on that stage. She said there was no reflection.
Since I missed my video yesterday, I'm not going to try to pause too much on this video. I'm going to let them rant. But we're going to go over that band, that diversity she was looking for. Oh, Trump brought that band in, that HBCU. Okay.
Of the broader sense of what America looks like, and many people took pictures of her, she just wasn't in a good mood. But I want to show a clip of what she said at the DNC, which I really think hits home.
For years, Donald Trump did everything in his power to try to make people fear us. See, his limited, narrow view of the world made him feel threatened by the existence of two hardworking, highly educated, successful people who happen to be black.
Yeah.
Secret is they might be getting a divorce. Oh, Lord. If they get a divorce, the black community, especially the black females, they're going to be ripping their hair out. Lord, and I heard he might be with a snow bunny.
And I think when you see that, you understand why she wouldn't go.
So I have no problem with Michelle Obama not going. I think that it's critical that all former presidents and vice presidents attend. I think it signals to the world that despite a very tumultuous political season, that America moves forward and we're going to have a safe and secure transfer of power, despite Donald Trump in 2020 and what he did after January 6th. But I think as spouse, she served her time. I don't think that she's obligated to be there. But it was also reported that Nancy Pelosi isn't attending. And I think it's a missed opportunity for two reasons. I think that showing that the country is still going to move forward, even if the person you didn't want to win wins, even if you have grave concerns about who they are. But also, she is still a leader among Democrats. She's a sitting lawmaker, and while she's not speaker, she's speaker emeritus. I think it's kind of signaling almost Democrats retreating when there is something powerful to showing up and saying, we're here, we're going to sit here, listen to him take the oath of office, be sworn in, but we also exist. There's also a counter and an alternative here. To me, that just feels like an odd missed opportunity.
Why do they get that, though, Alyssa, when Trump himself didn't go to the inauguration
Because I think
of
you have to
Biden,
be bigger.
his
Yeah, I was just going to
successor?
say, I don't actually believe in going to the...
It's a little bit different for a man and a woman. With a woman, you're supposed to stand beside your man, like I said, through thick, through thin, through sad, through happy. But if a man's not attending, it's not like she was in like the first like Melania. She wasn't gonna go if Trump wasn't gonna go. Like, what does she care? It's really just you being there beside your man. Be there for him. Smile. Although you don't like him, oh well. Look at Melania at Jim Carter's funeral. She was not messing with nobody, but she was there with her husband.
Earth's crust, or we all end up in the
Yeah, I
Earth's
was going to
crust.
say, it's kind of like as a parent, I always say we do not let the worst example among us set the bar for us. We do better when we know how to do better. And so for me, I don't mind Michelle Obama not attending. Again, their family has given so much to this country. They have done so much that at this point, the tradition is the people that were in office, the presidents, the vice presidents,
broke
the
that
senators.
tradition.
I don't care what Donald Trump does. I will not stop fighting. And if we think what Donald Trump is, and none of us here voted for him, if we think he is all those things we said, then you continue to do your job harder. You show up. You do the things. Like the fact that she is Speaker Emeritus, you're right. You do not say, well, they did it first. That sounds like, again, preschooler.
So can I say something about Nancy Pelosi? And I can't believe I'm defending her because I'm like with Jill Biden on this one. But she's 84 years old. She just fell head first and broke her hip when she was on a Codell in Europe. She fell off some marble steps. She's on a walker.
That sucks. That really does.
The inauguration is outdoors.
Then
it's
that's
going to be
fine, if
in
that's
the
the
teens.
reason.
Yeah, if she gives that statement,
That's not the
because
reason.
Barbara Bush and
How do you
HW,
know that's not the reason?
Barbara Bush and HW did that the first Trump inauguration. They were both aging and said, we can't safely be there. Our doctors said we couldn't. That's a totally legitimate
You know, what
reason.
bothers me is the capitulation that's going on everywhere. I mean, at this point, Michelle, Nancy, Kamala, and Karen Pence are standing up against Trump. The men are folding like cheap suits.
It's the women. It's just
the
like
women.
the rest of it.
And by the way,
I agree.
I just want to say, this is not a normal inauguration.
And they're folding. No, it's just called bending the knee and kissing the ring. They all liked Trump. Before he became a Republican, when he was a Democrat, they loved him. They were sucking on his toes pretty much. They're just some haters. Hey, haters.
No.
This is not a normal person.
Right.
He's a convicted felon. Why?
Guess who else husband's about to be a convicted felon? Sonny Holston.
Do they go as if this is a normal inauguration?
And
It's
listen,
not.
and
Because
okay,
the
it's
weakness
not.
it presents to the friggin' globe when you
Yeah.
have presidents that say just because of this we're not gonna America
gonna take our
voted.
ball and go
The
home.
normalizing of President Trump happened when the American public went out and voted and picked
okay,
him.
let me say
That's
this
what
about,
The
happened.
about
Germans
Michelle.
voted also.
I
Just
think
saying.
Michelle Obama is living her best life, and I
Yes,
think she
and
has
she
learned to
deserves
put
it.
herself first and put her mental health first.
Yep.
I think there's a lot of Americans who feel exactly the same way.
Yes.
Which is
Oh
why
my
news
gosh.
viewership and things like that have gone down dramatically because people are checking out. I think Michelle Obama sat there, did her job when she was the outgoing First Lady. When she was the outgoing First Lady, she had the Trumps to the White House. She was nice. She played nice. She went to the inaugural. She sat through that insane speech about American carnage. All her pictures are like, what am I listening to?
Yeah.
So I think this time she's saying, boo, been there, done that. You're solo on this. I'm out. I'm going to do what's best for my mental health. And I think she's
You hear that? For me. Me. When you're married, it's us. Us.
fine to do that, you know?
right,
And by the way,
She also-
and I think every American who wants to do that, if watching the inaugural is going to be bad for your mental health, go do something that's going to be good for your
Do exactly what Kendrick told Drake. TV off. It's that simple.
mental health.
But I just want to add to what you said, Joy.
Yeah.
It's not about taking your ball and going home. It's not about being childish. It's about normalizing a man who refuses to do the normal things that presidents do. And he is going to continue to do that. And I think that it is perfectly appropriate, if he felt it was perfectly appropriate, to skip his successors, rightful successors' inauguration. Also, he thought it was appropriate to keep that successor from coming to the White House and receiving him from the White House. Why does he get to be congratulated?
Right, but
Why do the norms
Right.
apply to him?
But the point remains that 75 million.
He won? So that's why it's normal. Now I hear somebody say something about a dictator in the back. I'm like, they're going to have to get this rhetoric off. And then old lady over there said Germans voted. They still trying to call this man Hitler. Stop! Next 20 years is all Republican. Democrats, y'all can just sit back and watch us shine.
Americans voted
I'm not
for
sorry.
Trump. That is the normalization. Nancy Pelosi's attendance
let
or
them
lack of
attend and
attendance
watch.
is not what is going to normalize him. And I think the sooner that we wake up to the fact that the governing reality, the world we exist in next week, is Donald Trump as president, and Democrats still
I ain't gonna lie, Alyssa looking like a whole snack.
have powers. There's still things they can do in Congress. There are still things they can be engaged on.
baloney.
But
I don't buy it.
I guess
I
take
mean,
your ball and
every
go
single-
home.
Can I
Can I ask something? Has Nancy Pelosi said, I'm not going because I think he's a convicted felon and I don't want to be part of normalizing this oath? Or has she just said, I'm not going?
No, but she also didn't say it's because I'm
Okay,
too
so then we
old.
are
Because
assuming
Right,
that
but
she's not going for that. But,
No, but we should
why
going in general.
do we know that she's 84 years old with a broken hip and doesn't want to
I
go
don't think
sit
we're
in
harping on Nancy
15
Pelosi.
degree
We're
weather?
Especially if
speaking
you're
about
80
not attending in general.
The video is pretty much over because they're just trying to yell over each other like they usually do. But Michelle should have been there. That's wild that she didn't go with Obama. Like, Get your personal feelings out the way. Stop being emotional. Boo-hoo. You tried to spit that horrible rhetoric and it didn't work, and we voted for Trump. I'm going to say it again. He won the popular vote. He won the electoral vote. So what are y'all mad at? Listen, Big Fish is out. Go to the comment sections. Leave me what you think. Hit the like and subscribe button. We about to do another video. Back to back, baby.